Elton! Oh my God! This is the best movie ever.
Dude, I got you some popcorn. Did I miss anything? You good? You seem happy with it. Everybody, welcome to Tavern Talk by Initial Reaction. I am Philip, and joining me this week is Jordan Mears, local director, producer, writer. You do what? Films, short films, commercials, feature.
Yeah.
Have you done a feature film yet?
I haven't made a feature film, but I've worked on.
Okay. Yeah. No. Happy to have you here with us, Jordan.
Glad
if you've seen reviews on the channel before, you've seen Jordan talk with us before. So. But really excited to have you this week because we are talking the new Elton John biopic, ROCKETMAN.
ROCKETMAN.
Yeah,
right.
So directed by Dexter Fletcher, who worked with Taron Egerton, who plays Elton John here, on Eddie the Eagle, but kind of more known for coming in and finishing Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, the last 3 weeks of Bohemian.
Yeah, so kind of very intrigued to see what he did with his own, music movie, but no, initial reaction. What did you think of ROCKETMAN?
Loved it.
Yeah,
one of my favorite movies of the year.
Oh man,
loved it. And I mean, just it was like across the. It had like shades of Across the Universe thrown in with. What is it? My girlfriend. The Greatest Showman. Like my girlfriend's gonna kill me if I mess that title. Yeah, The Greatest Showman. It was like The Greatest Showman as a biopic with the surrealistic shades of and the storytelling of Across the Universe. I loved it.
Yeah, no, it's. I'm gonna as far as just general thoughts, I'll kind of counter a little bit because I enjoyed it a lot, but in parts I was a little underwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie.
Like that stereotypical biopic, like this happens in most certain things happen
not
in most
even that, because I liked that it was a straight up musical.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
And it wasn't constrained by or restrained by the timeline. It didn't care. We didn't go through his discography and it was this is when this song came out.
They melded them into specific scenes that were happening in his life, and it's okay, there are certain themes in this song that actually make sense for what happened in this time in his life, even though they weren't released around chronological order.
Yes, and I loved that. I thought that was really cool. I thought if you're going to do a movie about a person who has made music and who especially writes their own music, then you need to show how that music came from their life experiences.
Exactly.
That's great. But where I think I was underwhelmed was it just didn't hit me emotionally as much as I think it should have, and as much as I think Dexter Fletcher intended it to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially with all the parent situation and just him dealing with coming out to his parents and to people around him, and just all that. Obviously it's Elton John music. I'm an Elton John fan. I love so many of his songs, but just as far as emotional impact, I wasn't as moved as I would have hoped to be, I guess.
See, it sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. It shows you, okay, this is what his home life's like. And you're like, man, this is rough. And then things just keep happening. And there, towards the end, I was just like, okay, this is like a therapy session. This is forgive, yourself forgive these people that screwed you over. Like it felt like a straight up like 2 hour, 5 minute long like therapy session.
That's true.
We were witnessing Elton John's therapy session.
Yeah, and I guess all of it is through his perspective, and
yeah, because it opens with him like at an AA like meeting, and then it's just like him bearing everything, and then having to kind of come to his own terms on things.
Right, and I mean, like right out of the gate, they kind of the first like big production number they do is Saturday Night, and like
which was amazing. With
that
the transition.
Like I was I mean I was in for that. Like I was like, okay, this is gonna be awesome. But then from there I just felt like it never took off in the way I hoped it would. Like it always felt like it was building to something and never necessarily paid off in as like grand a way as I was hoping it would.
Okay.
Even some of the musical numbers, like I was hoping that that Egerton himself, and he's a great Elton John. Like this is inevitably going to be compared to Bohemian Rhapsody, but he is just as good at being Elton John as Rami Malek was at being Freddie Mercury, if not better. Yeah.
And there were times there where it just looked like Elton John. Like I was just like that, straight up looked like Elton John.
Yeah.
But his acting, his singing, everything was phenomenal. Like whenever they had those like extreme close-ups on his face as he was talking, and you could just see like the rings under his eyes and how like flush his face looked, and those tears coming down. It's just like, man, like everything about this is just. Also, like we're gonna kind of get into some performances, like Jamie Bell.
Jamie Bell's great.
Like that's like the relationship of the movie, and then like Bryce Dallas Howard.
I know.
I had no idea she was in this movie.
Yeah, well, you don't. She's almost unrecognizable, really. Like, I mean, because she doesn't have her like trademark red hair,
and she's got a British accent.
Yeah, like like if you don't know who she is, you're not gonna recognize her.
And at first, I was like, "Is that Gemma Arterton?" And then I was like, "No, Jurassic World. That's Bryce Dallas Howard." Like it took me a second to figure it out.
And I haven't seen much of anything with Richard Madden. I know he's in Game of Thrones. I know he's in I think it's The Bodyguard on Netflix or something like that. I don't think I've seen it. But and he plays kind of like the manager / love interest / antagonist. Yeah, and but no, I was really glad they did focus on Elton's and Bernie Taupin's relationship.
Yeah.
Like that was the core of the music and of his, really of him, like, because a lot of it is about finding like real love, someone who really loves.
It's all about the relationships that like mold us and make us into who we are and what we're going to become.
Yeah.
And also too, there's some identity. There's some stuff about identity in there. Like whenever the guy from the Soul Band was talking about, you've got to kill the person you were born to be in order to become the person you want to be. And like he's just like,
I wrote that one down.
aren't you? And like somebody asked him, he's like, "Aren't you Reginald Dwight?" That was his real name.
Real name, right?
And he's like, "I haven't been him for years."
Yeah.
And so it's all about finding your own identity and finding your own way in the world and finding these relationships and like building this life.
Right.
Everything about it is fantastic, I thought.
Yeah. And see, I came into it maybe with too high of expectations, honestly, like, because I really wanted to love it. I love Walk the Line. I mean, any type of like movie about music, like Star is Born even last year and stuff, like I love seeing people figure out how to express themselves through music, you know? And so, and especially when it's songs we know, and like seeing maybe getting a different perspective on it and what it meant to them as opposed to how we felt the first time we heard it and stuff like that. Like that's always fascinating. And so I probably did put too much expectation on it. And that's not to say ROCKETMAN isn't a satisfying movie. Like, I still think it's it's really good.
I think that you need to tell the audience first and foremost, though, that you came into this thinking that it was a remake of the Harlan Williams Disney.
No, yeah, no, I was disappointed
like, oh, Elton
there
John's
was no.
in this? Okay.
What? This is a musical, and it's about what is happening?
There's no space station in this.
Where are the monkeys? Yeah, no, I didn't. They could have gone with any number of song titles. They went with ROCKETMAN, but whatever, it's whatever. Paramount was like, Disney's taking over everything. We're gonna take a movie title. So, but no, I mean, just as far as we kind of talked about performances, we've kind of talked about themes and ideas throughout it. But what I liked the musical numbers. I wish they'd been because you can tell Fletcher has a lot of interesting ideas for how to visualize these songs.
Everything's extravagant.
Like
it seemed like every single musical number was just as extravagant as Elton John. Like you know what I mean?
True,
it was like we have to make every single musical number like big, bold. Sometimes they were very surrealistic, the whole swimming pool thing, which
I did like that a lot.
That's probably one of my favorite. That's probably one of my favorite songs and also musical numbers in the film. Because of the transition, the way it plays out. There's so much meaning in it. It's just phenomenal.
I did think overall the filmmaking itself is just really, really solid, really inventive.
The cinematography.
Yeah, trying to wrap your head around that many musical numbers alone has got to be just so intimidating.
And also, special shout out to the Steadicam guy for some of those, because there were some of those musical numbers that were one-oneers.
Yeah.
Where it was just, the camera was just moving around, hardly ever cutting. And sometimes, you could see a transition if somebody they probably blended it in if somebody moved in front or something. But, I mean, it looked beautiful.
Yeah, no, from a technical standpoint, it was definitely exceptional, and it's just, I don't know. It's one I'm definitely going to revisit again, and just now that I kind of have a sense of what he was going for and what it is as just a whole, I'm excited to kind of dig into it more and see if I can get more out of it. I guess just this initial run, this first time seeing it, it just didn't hit me like I expected it to. So
there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot going on.
We'll see. I mean, I don't want to sound too down on it because I really did like it. Like I said, it's going to be compared to Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's a better movie than Bohemian Rhapsody.
I
want to say by a long shot. But it's definitely. And again, it's two different types of music, two different types of artists. Understood. It's even two different types of movies, because Bohemian Rhapsody was not a musical in the traditional sense like this is executed as. But I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely one where the initial reaction is kind of working against you, because I feel like I need time to unpack it.
Okay. So that being said, what would you rate it then?
I think I'm going to go 3.5 right now, just after first viewing. 3.5 out of 5. What about you?
You know what? I'll go 4.5.
Okay.
Out of 5.
Yeah.
Nothing's perfect. I mean, there were parts in it, like any biopic. Mm-hmm. There are going to be those parts where you're like, yeah, I've seen this before.
Right.
You're just kind of going along in service of the story, and also these things happen, and
your parents shape the kind of love-hate relationship with yourself. You get into drinking and drugs, and
it's like typical biopic.
Yeah, there's all that in there, but
so that was my own there were just the typical things where it's just okay, I've seen this before, but the fact that they were trying to show them to me and express them to me in different ways, in surrealistic ways, got me to really be like, okay, I've seen this before, but not in this way, and it makes it kind of new again.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can get behind it. So that's in top 5, top 10 of the year so far.
Yeah. It's definitely my top. I think it'll be nominated for Best Director for sure, maybe even Best Actor.
I would be surprised if if Malick can win for Bohemian Rhapsody, I would be shocked if
Yeah.
Egerton doesn't at least get a Best Actor nomination for sure. So we'll see. But no, thanks for checking out our review of Rocketman. Definitely be sure to check it out in theaters if you're an Elton John fan, a music fan, or just, a movie fan. And if you're a movie fan, be sure to check Rocketman out at the Movie Tavern. It's a great experience from top to bottom. You can sit in these comfy recliners, get a good meal. You just got to hit that little button right there.
Kick back.
All that good stuff. Drinks, snacks, full-on meals, whatever you want. It's a great experience. Visit the Movie Tavern, and also be sure to subscribe to Tavern Talk by Initial Reaction, because we'll bring you new reviews of the biggest movie releases every week. Until next time, we'll see you.